Season 2, we back. Episode 2.
What's up? What's
and
up?
as you can see, we got a special guest with us.
Superstar.
We got a professional dancer.
And model.
Yeah.
Teacher, influencer.
Mm-hmm.
What is your name, sweetheart?
My name is Kayla Maria G.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's give it a clap.
You call me Kayla.
Okay, this is our first guest for season 2.
Yes.
Right.
And we're gonna learn a lot about Kayla and what she does and her disability, and it's gonna be a very, very fun show. So just sit back, relax, enjoy the vibe, and be happy to have you on.
I'm excited to be here. My first podcast, so let's see how this goes.
That's dope. Hopefully, it's gonna be a great experience.
Yes, that's what we hope for.
What's up, sis? What's up?
Shit.
What's going on? What's been going on in your life right now?
Well, tomorrow I move into my very first apartment.
That's
Just
dope.
me
Big
and my
congrats.
baby.
Okay.
So,
Congratulations.
yes, big step.
How do you feel about that? That's like very new. It's like
I'm
in the beginning.
excited, but I'm overwhelmed, and I just can't wait for the moving process to be over. That's like the only thing
Are
right
you
now.
scared? Like you're actually gonna be living by yourself
This is
now?
my first time living just alone, but I have my baby. It's usually just me and him anyway. Everybody's always gone. So, but yeah, this is my first time being without my mom and stuff. So, that's gonna show. I can't tell you how it is until I go through it. Right now, it just feels like all right, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I might be crying like a baby by tomorrow. I really can't explain.
And you're gonna be probably, what it is too. When you move by yourself, you're gonna be in a better headspace to think clearly.
Because it's just my energy in it.
The
And
freedom that it gives you too is just like
it's a brand new building too, so nobody's lived there before. So
rich.
I'm grateful.
Told you, rich people
The
shit.
amenities are crazy. It's a luxury building, literally.
Live in the Ritz-Carlton.
And it's back in Queens. I'm not gonna say where because a lot of y'all are weird and stalkerish.
Okay,
but
yeah.
It's back in Queens where I'm from, so I'm excited. I love Brooklyn, but I'm
Congrats.
out of here.
Happy for you, sis.
What's
Thank
up?
you, guys.
So how you been, live? What's up? How was going
I'm
on?
calm, regular. My weekend was cool. I didn't do too much, turned down, so good.
Turned down?
Yeah, I ain't do too much. I was home all weekend. Well, I'm studying for some a script that I had. So
Ooh, fun.
Okay.
yeah, some fake. I'm trying to get on the big screen, baby.
trying to win.
I'm trying to, huh?
We doing.
Yeah, you're not
we
trying. You
doing.
gotta
Yeah, we
speak
doing
positivity,
stuff,
speaking into life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, calm.
He gonna be on the big screen next year.
Denzel, you know what I'm saying?
First of all, y'all both was on the big screen.
Ooh,
let's talk
yeah,
about it.
Tommy.
Yes.
I met Kayla on the set of the Hilfiger shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how we met. So yeah.
How was that experience?
How was the experience?
It was nice for me. It was my second time with Tommy.
Okay.
I like them. I love that they're doing adaptive clothing. That was the first time I ever found out about adaptive clothing was
Okay.
because of Tommy. Didn't know it was a thing. But it was nice. I always get to meet nice, interesting people along the way. So
Okay.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay.
Was that yours? Like you said, it's your second time working with Tommy. So is that like your second biggest shoot, or you've had?
Well, that was just my second time with Tommy. Thankfully, 2020 and 2021 have been a really blessing year
She
for
been
me.
doing some good. She did Uggs. She did some big
Dope,
projects.
dope.
So her and
Few
Bree,
of-
Bree did.
We got a star in the building, y'all.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's
Done
up.
a few projects which
Breaking
I'm
barriers.
excited about. Like the next one that I'm doing is actually with Nike.
Okay.
Yeah,
dope.
which is
That's
really
dope.
great.
Good job.
That's
what's up.
fire.
Congrats.
Yeah, I'm their main
Congrats.
dancer for their campaign, so
Oh, that's
it's
fire.
exciting
That's dope.
Okay.
to be able to be part of that and be someone from our community to
Don't you
be
think
the
it's
main
dope
one.
how a lot of the people are like now including people with disabilities on like the commercials and
Yes,
stuff?
yes, I do. I love it, and I love when they're being genuine about it.
Yeah.
That's
It's
very
not
big.
forced. That's the
Not
Not
yeah,
trying
that's
to
the key
use
right
us,
there.
Yes.
trying
That's
to
the key.
include
Yeah,
us.
because a
Yeah.
lot of times it's forced. and
There's
that's
been
when it just gets
times,
weird,
yeah.
creepy. I hate it.
I've been on
Yeah.
sets and you could tell like, oh, we just throw
Feel
you
it.
guys in
It's
there, like
mad
rather than
uncomfortable, yeah.
you guys are part of a community, part of
Like,
society.
get the wheelchair
that
or
needs to be
the
done.
handicapped person to like, it's just,
Yeah.
I don't.
It needs to be the same energy behind the lens and in
Yeah.
front of the lens.
Yeah, it transfers over. That's a fact.
They'll really include us when they start having like some of the cast that's disabled, because I know a lot of disabled people that are good with camera work, you know, photography. Even I do makeup and stuff from my chair. So once y'all start calling me, we can talk.
Right.
Yeah.
But
That's what's up. That's what's up.
so
I
a
like
big
that.
holiday is coming. What are you doing?
Thanks. First of all, which you guys get into the holiday spirit? I mean, for me personally, like when I was younger, Christmas and Thanksgiving was like such a big thing, and like you had this feeling. As you get older, I feel like that spirit kind of leaves you. I don't know. No, I'm not the Grinch or nothing. But
I
I'm
love
just
the
saying, I
holidays.
love the holidays, but my personally favorite holiday is Thanksgiving because I like,
You like
to
to
eat.
eat.
I love to eat.
What you get, jerk turkey or
I
the
get
fried
jerk
turkey?
chicken. I'm Jamaican and Chinese, so I get chicken wings, puff fried rice, and jerk chicken. I get all type of stuff. Curry goat. Like for Christmas, I'm sorry, vegans, close your ears and stuff like that. But my family kills a goat for Christmas.
They
and
kill
they
it?
curry it. Yeah, because Jamaica, you know, curry goat is like a big thing.
But they
culture dish.
in Jamaica they do that.
No, in Florida. They're going to kill.
They're gonna slaughter the
I'm
goat.
sorry for the vegans. They're going to kill Billy goat.
Screw the vegans. You didn't touch with
And
the
they
ASPCA.
Huh?
They raise him and everything before.
I don't think they actually raise it. I think they go to the farm and get the job done.
Buy a goat and just
No, they go hunt
they want to
it.
see it. They,
Yeah, no, but it's like
They
it's a
kill it at the
tradition.
house, or they?
There's a tradition. It's like people go hunting, but it's like you know how hunters go hunting, but
personal.
it's a tradition thing. They like to kill the goat and make it curry.
Crazy. Wow.
You know, but
make the food
Thanksgiving is
taste
my
better.
favorite holiday. You know?
You literally see where it comes from.
Right. I don't know, but yeah, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Just thinking about it makes me a little hungry. But what about y'all? Like, how about
Kayla?
what's your favorite?
Oh, I love the holidays. Just because I love the decorations.
Have you always been into it, like your parents instilled it in you?
Yes, I mean I'm Latina, so it's very big
Some
within the.
coquito.
Coquito, yeah.
I actually don't like it.
You don't
You
like
like
coquito?
coquito?
I love coquito.
Oh, wow.
I put
I'm a
honey
very
in mine,
picky eater.
Nah, I fuck
Yeah,
with
no,
coquito.
it's not my favorite, but it's really big with my family, and I just love the atmosphere in general. Like when
What's
the
your
holidays come around.
nationality?
I'm a lot. I'm Peruvian, Dominican, and Puerto Rican.
Oh, so you have a flavorful Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I got a lot.
I need a plate.
Word, word.
So what's that, pernil?
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 Yeah.
I love that shit. It's
That's
pig
good.
skin. It's pig skin,
I
right?
eat
It's
it.
roasted
Oh, you don't
on
eat it?
pork. You don't eat pork?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Don't eat pork.
Well, I eat every animal.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
They make some new animals. I'm tired of this.
Yo,
I
shut
eat
up.
the same thing,
I
right?
eat the same type of animal.
Thanksgiving love.
Just hang with my dysfunctional ass family.
I love your dysfunctional family. Loud family is funny
crazy.
as shit. Oh my god.
But I like Christmas.
Who
more.
house
I
you
like,
going to?
My auntie's out in Queens. I don't know if I rock away.
Oh, you going back to the
Rock.
Rock?
Yeah,
Wow,
I'm
rock
back to-
away.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Wear your vest.
Dangerous.
It's crazy out there, but yeah, I
Treacherous.
hang with my family and Christmas. I like Christmas better though. I don't
More
know.
of a Christmas guy.
Yeah, I like.
I think
like
everybody
giving.
loves
Yeah, I
Christmas
like giving,
better.
Yeah.
If you don't love Christmas, you're really soulless. Because who
nah,
doesn't
for
love
real,
Christmas?
I like the lights, so like you said, the decorations, and that's why
I get
like
to my
Christmas.
grandson.
Yeah.
Open up his
Okay,
little
dope,
gifts. He
dope.
gets
So
big now, so he
adorable.
get to open up his and so yeah.
It was so weird. One time I spent Christmas in Florida, and it was not the same feeling
doesn't
because
get
it was
the
hot and
vibe.
warm.
It's not that shit is.
I'm like
weird,
being in
right?
New York. You so used to like the
But
cold
don't
weather.
you- snow and-
But don't you want to live in Florida?
Yeah, I want to move there. in a
So
couple
how would
years.
you fly up for Christmas?
You gonna have
Just to get that
Just
feeling?
to
Yeah,
get
to
the
get the
feeling,
feeling.
or like
There's not a lot of
Aspen
family
or
out here.
something.
not
I
the
would love
same.
to do Christmas in Aspen.
It's not
That's like the
different.
real
though.
Christmas vibe.
So, what are we drinking today?
What is this? Some
You I got it.
it's some Moscato,
Uh-huh.
peach Moscato. It's real fruity. You know, it tastes like soda.
What you
Tastes
guys
like
think
sand,
about
but
it? What does it taste like?
How's it? It's cool.
Enjoy it?
It tastes
like
like
it?
they need to pay us before we give a review.
Ooh,
That's why
I
I'm not
feel like I
saying
hear
the
that
name,
too.
But yeah, that's what we got. It's good.
It's good.
So what we toasting to? Because usually, you see what I'm saying? We like to hear some type of advice.
I don't know.
You got
Maybe
any
I'm
advice
just-
you want to give
You
out?
know, I keep seeing a lot of people on social media just looking for acceptance, and I hate it. It's just like they just looking to be.
yourself.
I hate it. Yeah, just be yourself and love yourself and love who God made you to be. That's just that's my thing. I don't know. I'm really big on that, and I hate looking like when people actually look for acceptance and like doing the most just to get attention. Like I
Right.
feel like that's what everyone is doing nowadays. Like everyone is like the same on social media. When you look, it's just I don't know. It's just annoying to me.
So what advice would you give to
self-love.
somebody
That's it. That's my
having an
advice to
identity
everyone,
crisis?
man. Yeah, self-love. So
Self-love?
toast to that. Yeah.
Okay. Self-love. Toast to self-love. Yeah. Cheers.
That's it.
Cheers.
So
Ah.
all right. Yeah. So
All right, so let's get to the sis. This is what we've been waiting for. What's the French facts of the week?
The French facts of the weeks, I really want to get into this because I feel like in the Black community, not even just Black, when I say Black, it's like, we all Black. So I feel like so many of us are programmed to care more about the designer than the actual quality of clothes. Like, I literally see Skechers has the same exact shoe that Balenciaga has, right? But people won't buy the shoe because it's Skechers, but they'll buy it because it's Balenciaga. And it's like, what difference does it make? Like, people that really have money, they don't really care about the design. They care about what it actually looks like and how it makes them feel and the comfortability of it. So it's like, I feel like we are so focused, even in the hood, it's like you won't have nothing. Like, people be working minimum wage jobs just to have the flyest shit on.
Breaking their back.
Like, just to make sure they have the flyest shit on. And don't get me wrong, I have a son, so I feel like it's more important for men, to have some nice shit on and have it on. But when I get my son stuff, even if it's designer, I make sure it still looks nice. You know what I mean? Like, I just won't get him something because it says Fendi or this and like it actually has to look nice. Because if I could see the same thing at H&M or something, I'll pick that up. Like, I'm not a label whore. I've never been that way. I wasn't raised that way. But I've had nice things all my life. But it's like, I feel like, and I see so many people bashing people like, oh, if you don't have the Macaj this winter, you're not it. If you don't have a Montclair, if you can't get this, if you can't get that. Now, girl, when I pull up with my coat from Shein and it looks better than your coat, mind your business. And I feel like that's the problem. Is so many people talk down on people on social media all day just about clothes, literally. And it's like, what if this person can't afford that, but they really want it, but you want to make them feel down? And people kill themselves over the littlest things these days. And the suicide rate is really up too high.
It's because of social media. Everybody's comparing.
For people to go up and just bully people because of what you had on. Like, it's kids in school that literally get bullied just because they don't have one of the latest fashions and stuff like that. Or maybe you don't know what they're going through at home. There's kids getting abused, or their parents are on drugs and stuff like that. Or some of their parents are busting their ass to work their 9 to 5, but they got to use that money to pay the rent just so this kid could have a roof and food in their belly. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, when you come on social media, before you start getting those Twitter fingers moving, ask yourself, okay, I have Gucci shoes on, I have a Gucci jacket, I have, just everything Gucci or whatever, but your soul is poor. So what does that really make you? It makes you worthless deep down inside, and that's why you feel like you have to self-project on people that don't care about labels because you feel like you're bigger or something like that. We all in the hood. We all still struggling. Your mama is on food stamps even if you not, so why you judging the next person? You get what I'm saying? I just feel like worry about what you got on and stop worrying about what other people got on. Only time I would say something about what somebody got on is if I'm going out with you, you my friend, and you literally look crazy. It has nothing to do with designer, but we all got to be up to par when we step in. Other than that, mind your business, and if you could afford it so much, go buy somebody else some shit if you really got it like that. Like, if you really care about what this person don't have on, go buy them that. Like, I see people talk about it all the time, and then when people post their Cash Apps on their page, listen, I posted my Cash App. If y'all want to Cash App me, if y'all want to Cash App me for my apartment, my Cash App is the money sign, Frenchie, FRENCHYSOFAB. Listen, because I am not rich yet, and when I am rich, I will pay it back forward. But for now, help a sister out. And since, like I said, like, people sit there, they'll talk about Cash Apps and stuff like, oh, you post your Cash App, you're begging. Like, since when was it enough money? It's never enough money. Rich people don't sit there and say, I have enough money. You think if somebody goes up to Jay-Z like, hey, you want $1 billion? No, nothing behind it. Like, you could just have, you think he gonna say no because he already got billions? No. Yes, I'm gonna take that $1 billion. I'm gonna invest it into something else. Thank you.
You know why I think people are big on labels? Because it's like a status thing. But
again,
also,
it's looking to be validated.
Black
and
people thing
again,
because the richest white people, you do not see Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, any of them with this stuff on unless they're going to like a show and somebody pays somebody to style them.
I feel like it's okay because
they drive a Prius. They don't care about.
No, they don't. They drive nice cars.
They'll have. But most for long periods of time though, they'll drive like a little hoopty until they actually get.
My thing is this, because I used to think like that a long time, but then it's like, it's okay just to like nice stuff. Just because you live in a certain environment doesn't mean you can't wear a certain name brand, right?
No.
It's all about, do you like this stuff? Because people buy stuff because of other people, right? Like me, at first I was into like the designer stuff. I buy it sometimes, but then I'm also supporting.
But you buy stuff that looks nice. You don't just buy it.
Yeah, because I like it. I'm not buying it because
you don't buy it because of the label.
You
buy it because it looks nice. You guys, y'all dress nice.
Yeah. I was into it when I was younger. Yeah.
But it's just like to the point where people will worry about what they have on before they worry about what they got in their crib first. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to people's crib, they'll better be on the floor. They should be mad dirty, but they'll have Gucci and Louis and Prada when when they come outside. And then it's like the new thing is Mr. and Mrs. put that shit on. Like, when y'all gonna learn to take it off? Like, stop buying that designer and then wearing it every day.
So your thing is
it's musty. Don't judge what other people got on. Wear what you
don't
want
make
to
it your
wear.
main priority.
If you got it, do it. Because when I got it, I'm going to do it. But I don't got it like that. Don't have your priorities messed up. Don't have yourself in debt. Your credit sucks, but you got on the latest. You know what I'm saying? Like, build up your kids and shit. Educate your kids. Because there's kids that'll come to me and they got on all this fly shit but can't talk. Yeah. And I'm looking like, damn, like, you supposed to be talking, you supposed to be potty trained doing something, but you got on all this fly shit, but you can't even say what you got on.
That's the parents' fault.
That's the parents' fault. I'm not blaming the baby. I'm blaming the parent. You so focused on your kid having it on rather than what they got inside their head. You know what I'm saying?
And the crazy thing about
That's
that is
problem.
like usually like when a kid wants to be a kid, if you let a kid go to a store and pick out something, they pick out sneakers with the lights on them.
Right.
But the parent be like, oh, you can't get that.
I wanted those when I was a child.
Every kid wanted a pair of those, right? But it's like, but you being a parent, you're like, no, you got to get Nikes because you don't want other people to look and be like, oh, your kids have the Skechers.
That's society.
That's society, right? But now, and it's crazy now, like, I would let my kid pick out the light. I want them to be them. You know
I'm not gonna lie. I give Poopy both. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just bought him a Moncler, but he'll under that Moncler, if he want to wear his Paw Patrol stuff or something like that, he'll have it on. But the Moncler is also warm and it's nice and it'll last him for some time. You know what I'm saying? So it was an investment, and I'm gonna sell that shit next year. So it's like you just gotta think smart in how you want to do it. And like I said, I'm not telling anybody what to wear. If you can afford it, do it. Just don't look down or talk down on other people, because there's people out there that we do want that stuff, but we can't afford it right now. But some people are weak-minded and they'll really sit there and go rob somebody for what they got on rather than just working hard and getting it. Stop knocking people. You're not better than anybody because of what you got on. Really, it's what you have inside that makes a difference. That's the French facts, and that's it.
Okay. That's the French facts. I understand what you're saying. Okay.
Got it.
So, we have a lovely guest today. Let's get into our guest.
Kayla Maria G.
Okay. So, Kayla, let's tell from the Throne podcast, our fan and our audience, what kind of disability do you have?
I have a limb difference. That's what I like to call it. I don't know how I feel about the word disability. That's a whole different conversation.
Nah, we can go there.
We can go there.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm fine with the word. I don't think I like it when other people use it.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, you can use it for yourself, but
Yeah.
other people can't. That's not in that
Yes.
you can use it.
I feel like
It's
because
like the N-word.
Yes,
no,
yes.
because
No,
the N word.
it is.
I feel like disability is. If society makes it a bad word, it's just a word. I feel like it's not a bad word to say until we program people to say that it's okay.
It's the stigma
to say
behind it. It's the
disability,
stigma behind it.
Then people will be
But
relaxed.
I feel like what she's saying
It's
is
such a negative
when
connotation of it.
people that are not in our situation, that aren't disabled, say it, they tend to say it with that negative connotation.
I think
So it's like,
handicap is a
don't-
horrible word.
That is a horrible
That should
word.
need to go.
That is a
But
hard
it's like
word.
handicap, disability, cripple, they're all in the same bracket. When
So how
people
would you
use it?
explain
It's
that?
like
But-
that's like somebody saying this, like the difference between Negro and nigga. You get what I'm saying? It's like it's still
I don't
there.
think
It's still
so.
a bad word, but they
Disab-
just fancied it up a little bit.
Disability is just having a disability. It's nothing.
But
I feel
why?
like it's not a.
But why say it?
I think the issue with the word itself is the fact that it is just negative
It says
in
this.
general.
It's
That's why I said we have to
Like-
program
Right.
people to change that.
Right, but
You
the
know?
word itself, disadvantage. Like, just because I'm different doesn't mean I'm at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
You know what I
Gotcha.
mean? So I don't like the disability part of it. Like, the word itself is just negative. Even you can use it positive, but in general, it's a negative word.
Once you throw this in front of everything, it's
Yeah, I'm just like,
kind of, yeah.
Okay. I get what you're coming from.
yeah. I mean, I don't care either way. I've noticed that I started to not like the word when people who aren't disabled use the word. And I'm just like,
So how would you tell somebody? What would you?
How would they
describe
des-
yourself?
how would they
How would somebody
describe-
describe you? How would you let somebody describe you?
I just use the terminology limb different for me.
Okay.
I don't use the word amputee because I was born this way.
you were born.
okay,
So
okay.
what happened? How did
I was a reckless baby and I broke the amniotic sac, literally.
so then it cut off circulation?
Yeah, it just it tied around my paw. I call it my paw too. The strings just tied around my paw and it just stopped it from developing further. So I still have my fingers, like right here. They're just very tiny. See my thumb?
Yeah.
So can you feel them as fingers? The same
No,
way
it's
you-
just like there. I didn't even know it was my fingers until like when I was like 10. I was like, oh, yeah, you can kind of see the dots, that like the 4 dots.
Yeah, I
and this
see
is
it.
Yeah, I
the
see.
thumb.
Wow.
How it would be. It's
So
right there.
what does it feel like?
It feels like my elbow.
It just feels like an elbow, like
Yeah,
when
it just stops right here.
and I see you have.
Oh,
What
yeah.
do we call this?
What do you call that?
Well, this is a prosthetic arm. I call it my bionic arm because the company in itself, like this hand, is a bionic. So bionic.
Cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah,
Can you move the fingers?
I can actually if I put it on. It's
Is there a
myoelectric.
sensor in it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There's sensors on the side, so it's myoelectric. There's like an on and off button. Is she charged? Honestly, she may be dying. Oh, she got 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then the hand moves, and
You tell it to move? Or?
it's like pushing a button. So if I push it once, it closes it. If I push it again, it opens it. If I hit it 2 times, it switches the hand grip. So now the thumb went first.
Oh,
Wow.
that's so cool.
That's dope.
So I guess this is a better way to see it.
You want to stick the middle finger up? You can
Put it up a little bit so they can see
That's
in the
dope.
camera.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
dope.
that's dope.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's heavy though. That's why
It's
it's
heavy.
like,
That's why so you don't like wearing it?
I don't.
Oh, yeah, that was my question
You're
too.
more
Yeah.
comfortable with this.
I've only had this for 2 years. So yeah, so that's like one hand grip, and then if I like, it's just heavy.
Dope.
And then if I hit it like twice, it switches the. See how the 3 fingers do.
Oh, you throwing up a gang sign?
Gang sign blood.
That's blood for real.
But yeah, and then the hand comes off, which I think is a fun party trick.
Oh, the hand comes off?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. So you're like, guys, I lost my hand.
I can put it in my bag when it gets too heavy. Yeah, it's a little heavy.
So it's lighter without the hand?
Yeah, because if you hold it, like it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
pound.
Yes, yeah.
So all the weight is on.
expensive.
Damn,
And-
kind of like my shorty hand. You heavy-handed.
When she slap you, that makes that.
Yeah, she's heavy.
So
You want to hold it?
Yeah.
you got hurt 2 years ago?
Yeah, about 2 years ago now.
Have you had any other prosthetics?
That was my first one.
First one?
Oh, so
Yeah, because that's why I think I'm just so used to not having it.
yeah.
And there's just some limitations to the actual hand. This is like the newest
hear that.
hand out there. I don't have a wrist. So I
You
can't
can't flex and
Have no
flex. So
flex.
if I wanted to turn a doorknob and pull it, I can't.
so this is
so
just for
post it.
show, like
No, but it can grip certain things.
Yeah, it is helpful. I'm not gonna lie. Like holding my phone and pulling my luggage in the airport.
okay.
You know,
Okay.
very helpful. So being able to hold something and do something else is great. But then again, like it's on the end of my paw, so all this weight
It's
is
just on
it's
your-
really heavy. So it's kind of like just to show,
Uncomfortable.
like holding it with 2 fingers like this.
Got it.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah, it's heavy.
You strong. Yeah.
So that's how it feels like.
Well, I got good dexterity.
Oh my God. I
At
don't know
most,
what
you
to
might leave it
watch.
on. So you might leave it on for maybe like an hour, 2 hours tops. Like,
Well, because I'm physical all the time, active, because I'm a dancer, I have a lot more strength here than the norm. Because when they first gave it to me, they're like, okay, wear it for like 30 minutes, an hour a day, so you get used to it. I can wear it for 8 hours
okay.
and just keep it on. I probably can't like use it constantly holding it up, but I can keep it on.
Like
Yeah,
your
because
circulation or
circulation,
something, right?
No, it's just a muscle that's being used.
Okay.
So like it's like using
Your
what's it called?
triceps.
My
Your
tricep.
bicep. Or bicep.
My bicep. Yeah, it's like constantly using my
So
bicep.
which arm is stronger?
This arm.
Okay, dope, dope.
Yeah.
So you are a dancer, right?
Yes.
Let's get into that. Your face like lit up when you said that. How did you get into dance, and how does it impact you with having, you know, what would you? Because I want to get the right words. I don't want to say disability. What would you want me to say?
Limb difference.
Limb difference.
You
yeah.
call it my paw. It's called my paw.
Pause. Yeah.
You lived it.
So let's get into that. How did you start? You know. Dance.
So I gotta thank my mother because she's literally the whole reason why I am who I am. But she
Cheers
just
to the mama.
Shout out to Mama Love.
Shout out to Mama Love. Word.
she threw me in a dance class when I was 9. And didn't tell me. She was like, "Here, go take a dance
Are you
class."
nervous?
I didn't know what was happening because we just went somewhere and she's like, "Okay, go." I'm like, "Go where?" And it was just this class that was happening because she always thought keeping children busy is important, like have a hobby.
It is.
Definitely.
Yeah. So for me, she was like, "Okay, let's try dance and, you know, go from there if it doesn't work out." So I took a salsa class. That's how I first started dancing. And what was great about the salsa class is the fact that it was also partner work. So you had to dance with a partner. And that's obviously like, you know, just being able to maneuver with my paw in my hand. It was definitely a moment because I wasn't sure what to do. So I was just like standing in front of my partner, and he was just like, "Okay, you ready?"
A guy or
A guy, yeah. He's like, "Okay, you ready?" 9 years old. And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I just put my paw in his hand and my hand, and then I just it just clicked for me that one, I love dancing, and then two, I could have been weird in that situation and just maybe just given him the one hand, or maybe he could have reacted differently. So it makes me realize that I have to give people more benefit of the doubt. And because he was a kid too, like he's like what, maybe I think he was like 12, so he's never encountered anyone like me before, but he didn't care. He was just like, okay, let's dance, let's figure it out.
I think it's better when you're kids though, because you're more innocent, you get what I'm saying, as opposed to when you're an adult. And that's why you're more self-conscious when you're an adult.
Kids are mean though.
So that was my question.
No, you're right.
So growing up, being that you were born this way, how did you get treated in school?
I think the only hardest year that I had was kindergarten. That was a rough year.
Damn, kindergartners do better.
And I don't even remember it. I think I blocked it out, to be honest, because my mom would just tell me about it. But I just had like this one friend who told my mom what was happening. So then my mom went to go investigate and find something to educate these kids. So there was this book called Willie, Harry, and Carrot Head, and it's about the main character has a limb difference and was born with a limb difference, and kind of just talks about it. And it talks about bullying, but not bullying the kid with the limb difference, but just bullying his friend, and how he stood up for his friend and told people that it just...
With the limb difference still.
Yeah. Well, the person that was being bullied didn't have the disability.
Oh, his friend had it.
His friend. Willie didn't have one. Carrot Head did. And he was being made fun of because he had
has red hair.
Yeah, red hair, you know, and they're like, oh,
Orange
that's
hair,
different.
sorry.
And Willie's just like, who cares? And I was just like, oh, okay. So after reading that to the class, it just kind of changed the pace.
See, that's very big, because I think we discussed it. I feel like just teaching kids at a young age about differences and being so different, because that's why you get the stares. They're just curious. Right? It's like,
they don't know.
Or
they just don't know. And sometimes you see a parent or adult with their child, and the child is staring, and they're like, don't look.
Yeah.
No, educate them, because what happens is they're going to see another person that's a little different, and you know what I mean? And
Kids
that's
come up
very
to me all the time
important.
and they touch my chair and stuff, and the parent will be like, don't do it. And I'm like, no, it's okay. You know, as long as they're like under a certain age. Like if you're like 10 and under, cool. Like 11 and up, I'm gonna slap shit out you. But like 10 and under, you know, you're still curious, you're still learning, and you just want to know, and it's fine. And they're not being rude. They just want to know. Like I hear all the time, Mommy, why is she in a wheelchair? And they're just like, don't ask that. It's like, no, you should educate them. Like, okay, she probably had an accident or something like that. Or even come up to me. I have no problem. I love children. I'll answer the children without a problem. You know, if you're a grown-ass adult trying to get in my business, no. But a child, yes. I love children. And I have a child now.
Right.
He'll come around. He sees the chick.
What do you say?
To what?
To like a kid, like if they...
Oh, I tell them that I'm a mermaid.
I be saying a lot of funny stuff.
I say I'm a mermaid because I would never want to tell like a child like, oh, I got shot. You know what I mean? Like then that's it cancels out their whole.
I always tell them I was being bad.
No, I said I get hit by 3 cars, 4 cars. Make sure you look both ways when you cross the street. I be trying to get a little less. I be having fun with it, you know.
I say mermaid.
I think I think they need to put that in like elementary schools. Like that should be a curriculum.
In elementary, they separate the kids. Like even a kid that just has a physical disability, they put them in special ed. So it's like that kid in the chair doesn't even have a chance to be in a class with regular kids,
And
just because
nothing is even wrong with their brain. They're not slow or nothing,
mentally,
but they put them in special education.
But they'll put them in special ed with the slower, like the mentally challenged children, while the other kids are just looking and it's like, okay, they don't know how to deal with a person in a wheelchair because they're so used to people in a wheelchair. The connotation of it being negative. That they're special ed.
Yeah.
When there's nothing wrong with any type of child, whether you do have a mental disability or whatever, everybody's beautiful. We're all made in God's image. But just to say, like, you know, I feel like people should incorporate and include kids at the same thing, not different.
Yeah, and I feel like this is the problem. Like I said, I feel like everybody is just human beings. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if you have a disability, a missing arm, missing
white,
foot.
black, Asian.
White, black. I think we should just be under one umbrella. You know what I'm saying? I think it's when it's division, that's what separates people. And people like division, right? Because it makes people feel better than...
It creates the division. Most people want it, and it's like I hear so many people saying things, even starting with race, because that's the biggest one. The biggest division is race.
Right.
You know, there's whites, and then there's blacks, and there's this, and then there's that. And then when we come come together, there's people that'll say negative things about it, but you'll get more of a positive, response from it than a negative. So I feel like we have to focus more on the positive things that's going on rather than the negatives, because there's always going to be hatred in the world. It's always going to be division, but you have to be the one that doesn't believe in that. You have to go against it. Like, okay, I want to be inclusive. I want to include these people with different disabilities. I want to include these people with different races. I make sure I have a friend in every race just so I can educate myself. Because black people feel like we can't be ignorant or racist to other races, but we can. And we are a lot of the times. I hear a lot of the times cracker or that chinkle. You know what I mean? Saying just ignorant shit. And it's like, that's not necessary. Just educate yourself, because just because that person was racist to you doesn't mean this person is racist. Yeah. And it's the same thing with disabilities.
Right. No, I understand to the fact, though. So, being that, we do have a dancer in here, right? What is your favorite type of dancing?
Heels. Heels.
Oh, so you like to do the sexy dance?
Oh yeah, she gets.
Her
classes is turned up. Bunch of grown women in there.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it just like sexy dancing. It's more of just an expression of your sensuality and your sexuality. So it's being confident in those aspects of yourself and being like unapologetically yourself. Just being able to just move in that way without even.
Have you taught somebody with a disability?
I have, actually.
That's dope.
Yes, I did. I was a choreographer for Disney Plus. There's a series that is coming out that the main character, she's a wheelchair user, and there's a dance scene in it.
Oh, that's dope.
So I had different types of disabilities in there. I had someone like me with an upper limb difference, someone with below the knee limb difference. I had a wheelchair user, Bree. I don't know if you know Bree.
Oh, we love Bree.
We had Bree on the show.
That's how I met Bree.
We love Bree.
Yeah,
she was here last season.
Oh, yeah. I love her. Yeah, I love Bree. So I had Bree there, and I had someone else with a different type of disability. I can't pronounce it properly, so I'm not going to attempt to say it. But she's a beautiful ballerina dancer.
And she has a limb difference?
I can't say it properly, like the terminology of what her disability
what is. She missing?
It's something to do with her bones, her bone structure. So
osteoporosis?
I don't know what it's called. I just go educate myself. But yeah, I had to figure out movements that just worked for everyone.
Right.
So was that hard?
So it was nice. No.
It was actually pretty easy. You have to make sure every dance movement for every okay.
Yeah, and even like I'm upper limb difference, so for me making movement is easy because I have like my left. And
it doesn't take a lot from your arms to dance.
Right. Yes, but the other person who had a limb difference, she was missing her limb difference on the left.
Oh, okay.
So it was different for her. So I just had to think about all these things and like where to place everyone to make the movements make sense.
Yes.
It was interesting and I like it. Like I actually told Bree to come to my class, like the ones I usually host every week. Like, come, take the class, let me know. So hopefully she'll be there soon if she sees this.
How does your able-bodied students, do they take you serious? Do they take you less until they see you in the act of dancing? Like, when they first see you, what is their experience and how do you think they react?
Oh, they better take me serious, but that's more of a personality thing. Just because I'm very serious about my craft and what I do. So people who enter my space need to be as well.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah. So, and that goes for everyone. I teach kids, I teach adults, I teach teens, and I teach young adults. So I hit all the aspects of ages, and they all respect me. But it has to do with I control the energy in the room in a dance class. So what I give is what they're going to receive and how they're going to react to it. So I haven't had any issues in that aspect. I wish someone would try me because that'd be interesting, but I doubt.
So what do you tell kids when they ask what happened to you and stuff?
Well, when I have a new group of kids come into a dance class, because I just started a new dance studio too, and I'm teaching babies. Thank you.
Shout it out.
Yeah, Ripley Gritz, right?
Well, that's just a rental studio.
I used to take acting lessons in there in that building. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love it there.
Yeah, cool.
But I work at like Jordae's Rivera Dance Studio, Unique Performance Studio Center, and I work a little bit at Brick House. in moments. But mostly, like, I host my own classes, which I'm really, really proud of.
Well, we come to
what's
one.
poppin'.
Yeah, come.
Nah, class
Okay,
is dope.
Frenchie. Okay, sis.
She get busy too. She's doing.
Moves or
Nah, she
whatever.
get busy too.
Sis.
For real.
Come. It'd be so fun.
I'll get the info. once we get
Yes,
out.
yes. Ooh, that'd be fun. But yes, I teach like little babies. So in general, when I enter a new classroom and I have new kids, I say off the bat like, "Hi, my name is Miss Kayla. Yes, I have one arm. We could talk about it during break. It's okay. If you have any questions, again, because, you know, movement-wise, like if you have any questions about the right arm, let me know, and I will show you with my left." It's like a rehearsed speech at this point.
Oh, so that's cool. You have to show. I get what you're saying. So you show them what to do with both hands with this one. I get
Yes,
it.
yes.
Got it.
Yes, it's like playing charades. Yeah, I'm like, put this arm up, but no, this arm. Yeah, so things like that. It's really nice. And then sometimes I bring in the robotic arm. After I'm like, if you guys behave, maybe next week I'll bring in the arm. Yeah.
So we got all the cute questions
Get it,
out the
Frenchie.
ball. Now I'm gonna get into it.
Oh.
Okay, we start out simple. So this is a good question because we like to help everybody out there with all different abilities and capabilities to help answer them, because there's somebody out there with a limb difference just like you that's scared and they don't have the confidence and stuff that you do. So when you first started dating, what was it like, your first experience dating somebody?
Dating. For me personally, I've never had a hiccup with dating when it came to my limb difference. Just because I honestly never thought about it.
You don't act like it, so people don't even.
Yeah.
Get it.
Because you know, you have your dating apps like Tinder, Hinge, and things like that, and you have your profile on there. And I didn't even think about like hiding my
Hiding it.
limb difference. Or I was just, you know, I'm like, oh, I look cute in this picture.
out
I'm gonna
there.
put this one and things like that. I've only thought about it because I had a conversation with a friend who also has a limb difference, and for her, she had mentioned, she hides her limb difference in her photos purposely because she wants the person to get to know her for her first.
But this is.
But you don't.
That
wanna-
is
That's what I
super-
said. I was
yeah.
like, well, you know, that's still me. So
Yeah.
if you want to swipe because that's your preference,
I would
then
rather
that's
you
it.
do it from the beginning.
Yeah.
yeah, I
As
mean,
opposed to you pulling up and then they like looking all surprised and
happened?
like.
yeah, I don't know if I could handle that whole situation.
Me
No,
neither.
it's a lot, but
It's more. It's another bottle, but.
yeah.
but
I think it's
I'm feeling relax.
You want to stop the show?
oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. I have friends too that was doing that. It was like hiding their wheelchair. Like they sit on couches and it's like weird. They sit
a lot
like,
of them
in
that
chairs,
still do it.
cars and stuff to try to hide their chair and stuff like that. But I don't get. It's like you want to pull up to the date or pull up somewhere and someone surprise someone with a whole wheelchair.
I have people
that shit is crazy.
that literally you would not know they
you
were
don't
in a
know the
wheelchair.
Nah, it's so many people
From
that.
social media.
When I tell you, so many people DM me and I'll go on their page and they're like, "Yo, you helped me so much."
can't
And
tell.
You can't tell. They sitting on the couches. They sitting on benches. And
You
parks
know, I
and
know because
cars.
I could tell by the legs.
Like
I'm like, that's some
skinny.
disabled legs.
Some non-walking legs you got there.
Not walking legs right there.
Nah, but it's just I don't know. That shit is sad. It's
some-
just like
and
man,
some
it's a part of
fire
you. Like,
people too, and it's like,
Yeah.
yo, don't be afraid, because if you're afraid, other people are gonna be afraid to even talk to you because
Yeah.
you're not even comfortable with yourself.
Exactly.
That shows a point that you need to start dating yourself before you start dating somebody else. If you can't
important,
even
yeah.
take a picture in a wheelchair yet, because how you gonna get
Wheelchair,
with a man and then what if he want to show you off, but you like, no, babe,
Or whatever
post
you-
the one that's not in a
Right.
wheelchair.
or whatever your disability is, yeah, you should be
Yeah, what
comfortable
do you-
posting it. Like, yeah.
But I think it's baby steps, because I remember, like I said, 10 years ago, before like having a disability on Instagram, like now you see a lot of people with type of different disabilities.
Yeah, it's
on
becoming a
Instagram.
thing.
Now it's like people, it's very popular. But 10 years ago, 12 years ago,
It wasn't.
There was only a couple of people.
We made this shit list. Stop
right.
playing.
That's a
We
fact.
did
I,
that.
saying, I
know
remember
that.
seeing
We
you.
did
I
that.
remember seeing y'all two
Yeah,
in there, because I got injured late before y'all was injured way before me, and
I was in, I think you was a year after me.
I had went with
2011.
Yeah, 2013, 12.
Oh, what's your year, nigga? The nigga said
2013.
2012.
I got.
Shit, I don't know.
I don't know what I'm drinking, but I'm sometimes forget it. You
How
know
many
what I'm
years
saying?
is it gonna make for you this year?
It's gonna be 10 years after, I think. 9. I don't remember.
So you're
when
a year behind me.
I think so. Yeah. No. I think 2012. Matter of fact, I think it was 2012.
So you're a year behind
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
You
yeah.
said 2012.
But I didn't remember. Remember, Instagram got popular around like.
It got popular around that
2013,
time,
14,
yeah.
And then the first people was Ya and also some two girls from Cali, right? But everybody else, I'm like, yo, like I said, it's baby steps, because I had to work with myself before I even started posting pictures in a wheelchair yet first. And I was okay with that, right? You see what I'm saying? So I was not gonna let nobody force that process,
Right.
right? but I had to make sure who I was, right? But then I seen like, cause when I first got injured, I'd never seen somebody in a wheelchair young. Like you just didn't see people out living it live, and I saw and I'm like, okay, all right, then it's possible. You get what I'm saying? So, my thing is this is like, you can't rush that process also. So like, take your time until you're comfortable, right? But you shouldn't definitely hide who you are, because this is your identity now.
I feel like if your time is over a certain amount of years, then you playing yourself, because life don't wait for nobody.
Really
and our life expectancy changes in this chair. So you better get out there and live and take care of yourself. And whoever is for you will be for you. And that will be that. You can give yourself time, but don't try to take forever and thinking, then the next thing you know, you 50, and it's not because you're in a wheelchair, but because you washed up and then nobody wants you. You get what I'm saying? Like, age happens naturally. Just go out there and do you. But back to Kayla. So Kayla, what's your love like now?
It's
non-existent.
No, it really isn't. But that's like just because guys don't know what they want. And it's 2021, and people are. I feel like because of 2020, people are in this phase in their life where they're trying to figure themselves out a lot. Or I'm just encountering a lot of guys like that, so it could just be a me thing. But in general, like right now in my life,
classify yourself as?
I'm single.
She's a single woman, y'all.
Yeah, but by choice actually, because I realize that I've always been in a period of my life where I'm just been. Like, love has been, like, sort of a priority in some sort of way. Like,
you're a hopeless romantic?
Kind of, sort of. There's always someone that I'm talking to, is what I'm saying.
You're never really...
Yeah, by myself.
I get it.
Yeah, so right now I'm by myself, and it's kind of cool. You know?
I think that's the best relationship when you because you figure out so much and you
find out
your
so
own
much
company,
about yourself that you didn't know. Like,
I'm getting to know the details of me more, which I like.
Yes.
So,
how old are you?
I'm 25.
Oh, see, I told y'all she was my age. We was making bets.
25.
When's your birthday?
March 28th.
Oh, you're a little bit older than me, just a little bit.
What sign is that?
She's a
Aries.
Okay.
Kind of soft. Aries. The other Aries, I know. Kind of.
See yourself having like kids, marriage? What do you want?
I do. I see myself having it later.
Later,
because right now I'm young and I have
life.
Yes, and a dancer is a young career, so all that's gonna go towards that. I do want to have a kid by the time I'm like 30.
That's a good age.
Yeah, like next.
So you want a family or just a kid?
I want a family.
Oh, okay.
So you want
a
like
family.
a husband, the phone,
Yeah.
Do you have a type? Come on, we can put your application out there.
Okay.
Do you have a type?
Listen,
I think I do. Yeah, I have
What's
two
your type?
types. I don't even know how to. I just know it when I see it.
She don't want to say it because the guy she's talking to right now, you're not her type.
No, I don't talk to nobody. Like, great. No, I like someone who's just as dedicated to their craft the way that I am.
That way they won't be so
ambitious.
much on you because of how much in love you are with your craft.
Well, no, I love being able to see like you're just so into growing as yourself, growing your craft, just being able to still just grow. Because one time I was talking to a guy who didn't want to like go back to school, and I was just like, okay, we're done. Yeah, because it's just
so you have a type. You have to go to school.
Something. You got to
have a plan.
You have to go to school.
I have a plan.
About and ambitious.
Yes, an ambition, like just wanting to grow in this aspect for yourself. I think that's amazing. Creatively wise, would be great.
He said, "What college is around here?"
Yo,
Somebody go ICDC. So have you ever dated somebody with a disability?
I went on one date with someone with a disability because we met on Tinder. Yeah, because I was just swiping and I just saw him and I was like, whoa. Yeah, I was like, oh,
I gotta get on Tinder.
Let me try. And don't. It's not fun.
It's a hookup. It's a hookup
So
thing.
how was it?
It was nice. I mean, for him, he recently became limb different. He was a lower leg amputee on both. And I don't want to tell his story because it's his story. But he just became that way about like a year by the time we had first met. So he was still going through the motions of it, and then like I think he was so focused on that, then that's why we kind of like separated ways because he had to focus on that.
That was his journey right there.
Yeah, it was his journey. Right. But then I met him randomly again on a campaign because he signed to our agency actually.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna go search for everybody with a leg.
So we're good friends now.
That's dope.
You could see the difference in him too because it's like he got a handle on like that new aspect of his life. So it was nice to see. But that was the only time that I've dated someone with a disability.
And your sex life, the arm doesn't stop anything.
No.
Let them know.
Dancing
Stop
though,
sharing.
you know what I'm saying?
That don't stop sharing. Stop playing with her.
Oh, I got a question. So, what would you tell your younger self, knowing all the confidence you have now that you see, right? And experiencing all the stuff that you experience now, what is something you would tell your younger self and that would have helped you at a younger age?
I think for me, because again, I've always been confident with my limb difference. I've never felt insecure about my limb difference.
You're a beautiful girl, so.
Thanks.
Definitely.
Literally, my favorite side is my right side when I take pictures because it cuts just right underneath that it like curves like my
I
body
hear that.
nicely.
That's some like real powerful shit. Yeah.
That's like I love my limb difference. I would never change it. But I realized that mentally I was also holding myself back because of society. Because as you guys had mentioned earlier, you didn't see anybody like you. Same for me. Like there was a point in my life where I thought I was the only one. You know how crazy that is?
Now I see so many people with the limb difference now, and they're fire, doing their thing, living their best life.
That's a fact.
But when I was little, like I didn't see anything. So I've always wanted to be a dancer, and I always wanted to be a model, and I thought I wasn't allowed because I know
Because you don't
it's
see
crazy.
any representation. You don't
Yeah.
see any.
And I'm just one person, so I was like, oh, what? Like I'd be that person to make the change compared to like how.
I felt the same way. The same way like when Jesse said when he got on Instagram, like there's people born with this disability in wheelchairs and stuff like that, but I didn't see any. You know what I'm saying? But I was already like 8-10 years into my injury when Instagram and Facebook came out. So I'm already like, yo, because I was in clubs and I'm already. So when Instagram came out, I'm the same thing. Like, so that's why people just were taking their pictures and they like, yo, you give me the confidence to post my pictures in my chair. And I'm just like, why shouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
You
it's
don't
just
understand,
supposed
but
to.
for them it's so much.
Yeah,
bigger than that.
yeah, I didn't.
You're like,
a
you know,
lot.
like when you see the Barbie in the wheelchair and you're like, oh my God, Barbie has a wheelchair. And then you get hyped. That's what you are for people. You know, they see it and they're like, they're looking up to us because we are not afraid of who we are and what we have going on. And that's why when we got this situation, we took it as more of a blessing than a curse. Some people, they have this and their life is over. They let it define them. They let it become, they just become the wheelchair. Like so many people, I see them all day and they talk about the chair or their disability all day. And it's just like, yo, it's so much more to life. Like, it's people really out there living and nothing is stopping them. Only thing stopping you is you.
you, that's
you
it.
have to want
That's
this
it.
shit. That's the only reason why we're all here right now, because we wanted this. You wanted
a
to be a
fact.
dancer. You wanted to model. You wanted to be an actor.
a
You
fact.
wanted to, you know what I mean? Model. You wanted to be the motherfucking goat. You want to do everything.
I do everything.
You wanted to do all of that, and I wanted to be me. Like I always, everybody like, who you look up to? I look up to myself. Like every year that I've changed, it's like I'm just proud of who I've become. So be who you want to be. Like if you want to be a drug dealer, go sell some drugs.
Oh my God, we're not be the best drug dealer ever.
Yo, right. You gotta roll up like, yo. You wanna be a porn star. You gotta be the first person in the chair to do that. I might be shot to it, but if you wanna do it, then do it. Now I'm playing. There's so many other good things and positive things. This is not for a children episode. Thank you. But if you wanna do things, just go out there and do it. You don't need anybody else to start it. You can be the first person. And sometimes you're not even the first person, but who cares? You're the first person that you know that did it.
Right. And that's why I put emphasis on it's very important because it's like, all right, we see it on Instagram, right? But everybody's very common. But then when it comes out to like going out into clubs or just being out in society regular, there should be more people with limb difference and disabilities outside, right? So if you walk the street, right, how come it's just none but able-bodied people there? Like there has to be somebody.
What's the statistics? How many people are disabled in America?
It's like
millions.
I know it's like 15% in the U.S. or something like that.
So we need y'all to start coming outside.
There's
We need more
millions.
representation.
It needs more representation, and I feel like
They
just
cool
being
with
a-
posting. They cool with posting on
Still
social
posting,
media
but,
because
like, get out there and
it's
do
just
your stuff that you
becoming a
love.
thing. Like
Then
I
again,
said, it's becoming a
that's how
thing.
we
That
are
and the positive,
Image
quotes
that it
and
comes
all
with.
of that stuff. Yeah, it's becoming a
That's
thing.
probably
but-
why our SSI don't get taxed. No taxation without representation.
What?
Yo, I'm a retard.
Oh my
Yo,
God.
I'm sorry. So do you get Mama asshole. So you see how we get like, you know, SSI and stuff like that.
Why you say we? Why you saying like you clock eye check too?
You were born like that? Do you get SSI or anything like that, or you just on your own?
That what?
Do you get SSI too?
Oh no, I don't.
Why they don't give it to you?
Because apparently I make too much or something. Like I have to be poor in order to get it.
Well, you gonna be one of them people that I send my cash out to. You get too much money.
But I'm making just as much as anybody else. It's just like I should get that too, just because.
So you never got it?
No, I never got it.
It's a problem with the laws.
I don't even get the disability
sticker
for my car or anything.
I need to get one for my car.
Because I'm not disabled enough.
No. You should have. No.
That's
crazy.
Yeah, I have to be missing both of my hands in order to get it.
What?
That's what they told me.
Girl, you better go in there and bend your other elbow up your arm.
No way. Get out of here with that.
I'll walk up in there like this.
Yeah, no.
I'm talking about. Give me my shit. So I signed my check.
Will? Yeah, that's crazy.
They playing with you.
Wow.
You did it in Jersey or you did it in New York?
New York.
Nah, I tried that in Jersey.
New York or some
Jersey
New York.
will give it to you because you out there right now.
No,
right?
but like, well,
That's crazy.
Like,
Wow.
I'm from Jersey, but all my stuff is still
Based
New
in
York
New
right
York,
now. And I prefer
Wow.
New York because I'm always in New York with my car, so I prefer the disability plates and the.
Right.
So they really won't give it to you.
No, they wouldn't.
We're gonna have.
And that
we about to
would,
strike
and
for
if
that,
anything, that would affect you driving more because it's like, what if this arm gets tired?
And
like,
on top of that, they put a restriction on my license. Like I have to drive with a stupid wheel spinner on my car.
What? I don't drive.
so
with
you
a
have to get the disabled tools, but you can't get the disabled sticker.
Yeah.
Do you drive with the hand controls?
That's crazy.
No, I drive regular with my
Regular?
wheel.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna have to help you out.
Wow.
'cause
Yeah, we have to campaign.
I don't
for
like
that. I
that.
don't like that.
Yeah,
That's
I don't like that.
crazy.
Get
I don't
Kayla
like
a sticker. That's
Yeah.
not right.
Wow. That's
That's
wild.
crazy.
Okay. That's wild. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's disgusting. You see what y'all try to do to us,
Yeah,
America?
what?
Gotta hit him with the Bernie Mac. America.
This is America.
What is going on
I
here?
did not know that.
That's crazy.
You went in there with your other. You went in there with that arm.
Yeah, there's like an application, and then they deny your application and tells you why.
No, I'm saying, did you wear that arm?
No, this was new at the time. I didn't have this
So you just
yet.
went in there with your paw?
Yeah,
And
I
they
should get
wouldn't-
even more.
I would have put the paws.
Like,
You
this,
talking about?
You know, I can't even drive with this
Put the
anyway.
paws on
So.
them.
That's not fair.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
crazy.
I think
And
it's.
we
But
thought
we
we had it
gonna-
hard.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something. See, that's what I'm saying. The laws are meant like from back in the days. They don't change it until somebody in like higher up gets injured or something happens to them. That's when change
someone of
is
some
going to
faking
start happening.
status or
And
Yeah.
they don't even give enough to not give
They don't
it.
give no
Like,
money,
how
yeah.
y'all holding off on it? Y'all not
That's
even
crazy.
giving up. Like, come on, stop playing with us.
But anyway, you
Give her
know
her sticker.
that is bugged out. So we always get asked the question, right? On our podcast. What was the question?
No, I was gonna ask Kayla one last
Oh,
question.
go ahead.
Being that she's here. So
before we finish,
we asked you, what would you tell your younger self? What would you tell anybody else out there that has a
That's a
little
little difference, yeah.
That's not okay or comfortable. That's not living their life. What advice would you give?
But
them?
was yeah.
I would say first off to work on who you are as a person and to really work on your confidence because confidence is key, to be honest.
Right.
I'm confident in myself. Therefore, when people see me, they see my confidence first before everything else, you know? And when you feel that way about yourself, everything kind of just falls in place, especially with your insecurities and things like that, because, you know, they happen. So I just say that, like, everything else is white noise. Just block it all out. Focus on you. Focus on your growth. Focus on the definition of who you are and your confidence and feel beautiful about who you are. And everything else will just kind of fall into place.
Period.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, I think
That's
that's very
dope.
important.
Yeah, it's important. Confidence.
So
That's key.
the question we got asked this week, because so many people ask us so many questions, it's hard to pick between which ones. But this one I feel like is important because it's touching on what we was just speaking about this whole conversation. It's basically people want to know, how do we do it? Like, how do we make it look how we make it look? You get what I'm saying?
Like it's not a
It's not a disability. Like it's an ability. We treat it more like a superpower where other people will treat it as a limitation. So how do you do it?
Me personally, because like I even with women, like when I date women and stuff, they like kind of like Kayla, like I don't show like I have a disability, even though I know and I'm aware of it. But that's not on my mind.
That's
when
not
I'm
what
out.
you're
I'm
thinking.
I'm their man at the time. Like when I'm on a date, I'm the guy, and that's with on a date.
You
with a girl.
gonna roll up.
I'm gonna do what I gotta do,
Yeah.
right? So it's like it's like any type of insecurity. You only gonna show your insecurity if you're out with somebody, right? But how I do it, I think I don't know. I think this didn't happen overnight, right? I feel like I'm a very positive person. So I think with anything you can pick up, like it's a habit. If you become positive over time, it becomes a habit also. Like you could be negative, and just having an optimistic mindset about things. But I feel like it's society. It's just society doesn't know about certain things, right? You know what I mean? Yes, sometimes we all have our days, right? Everybody has it. We're human, right? But my thing is that it's like, you just can't dwell on those bad days. Like I feel like everybody's gonna, have those bad days. This is how you bounce back from things, and just having a positive mindset. And I think I was who I was before the injury. Also, like I was always going to become this person. I'm just sitting down.
You was always confident
In who I was, and you know what I'm saying. And I just didn't let that break. I didn't let the disability or the wheelchair break me. Right? Yes, I had my times where it's like, oh, this shit is really hard, but because it's new. Like I wasn't born this way, right? But what you gonna do? I'm not gonna quit, right? We're gonna just ride out, and people see that. People see your confidence. They feed off of that, right? You know what I'm saying? They see that you're okay, and I think that's how, like, you know what I'm saying, I feel like I'm here right now. It's just like, we accomplished everything. Graduated from school, you know what I mean? All that stuff.
So how do you do it, Kayla?
I like to claim my space. That makes sense. I feel like I have the same right and the opportunities as everybody else. So why not be able to just claim it just like anybody else would? And I'm really big on energy. The energy you give out and what you want, and if you're there for people as well, people just end up
doing the same thing.
Yeah.
It comes back.
That's a fact.
May not be from who you expected from, but it comes back.
Yeah. So like if you're insecure, they're gonna feel it, and it's just gonna feel awkward and things like that. But if you're happy and you're positive and you're just like, I just want to grow in this space and see what happens, people are gonna feed off of that and want to do the same thing with you.
That's a fact.
So I always feel like that's the best way.
What about you, Love?
I stopped caring about what people think.
I
don't
YOLO.
Nah, I don't give a fuck about that.
Gotta keep it a stack.
Yeah, like my friends, they said, like one of them, he said to me, he said, Live, like it's different for you, with you. He said, like you're in, it's obvious you're in a chair, but he said, like the way you move, it's not. He said, it's like you don't. He said you need help, of course, but you don't. I don't know. He says it's just like you're not like that needy, or you just. I don't know how to word it, but he's just basically saying like that I.
You forgot what your friend said.
Yeah.
Okay. We
no, it's all right. It happens last time.
But anyway, I'm good.
give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck about what nobody
care, but he said something very important
I don't
to you.
give a fuck about the right things, bro.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it.
Yeah,
Like,
what
why
Chink
the fuck
said?
do you care? You're gonna die. Why the fuck do you care about what somebody thinks about you?
Let it out. Go ahead.
Man.
What Chink said, Love?
What?
What Chink said?
Fuck about your feelings.
man. Fuck about what nobody think about. I don't
Yeah.
care, bro. Like
Right.
I'm gonna die. We all gonna die. Why do you care?
No
about
time soon. No time soon.
about you?
No, you're not
Shit,
gonna what we ain't.
Stop caring. So that's pretty much it. And that's what makes me, makes me me and keeps me going. And yeah.
And what about you, sis? How did you become the Frenchie of today?
We must be twins. 'Cause I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Like, I just never did. I've always, my parents have always instilled confidence, love into me. Like, I have a dad, I have a mom. My mom knew she was that bitch. My dad know he that nigga. So when you mix that together and you have a child, and then it's just like, they showed me who I was. I was always the person, I go outside to the park, the people come play with me. I ain't go play with my daddy taught me that. I still remember the first time my daddy took me to the park in Queensbridge. We was in Queensbridge around all them project kids. And he was like, don't go up to nobody. Let them come to you. And I let them come to me. And they came, and since then, people been flocking into my life. And I was a good 4 years old since then. I've been it. I've always been it. Since we've been playing tag, I've been it. I just don't chase nobody. And you have to know yourself. The chair didn't make me confident. Life did. I've been through when you go through real shit and you beat the odds, it's like that should make you as confident as ever, because it's like, we're all going through something that some people really wouldn't be able to handle. You understand what I'm saying? That would really break them. But for us, it made us stronger, and it put us in the positions and places where we never thought we could ever see. I done seen some shit in the chair that I never thought I would see.
Accomplished a lot
But
of
it's
shit in
like-
the chair that-
Right.
It's like God is making this shit happen. So I really just have to thank God, because he makes me wake up and remember who I am every day. Even when people try to get me to forget. I have a song by my friend, it's really good. He said they're always quick to tell you be humble. When's the last time they told you be amazing? It's okay to be humble. There's nothing wrong with that, because you always should be humble, but be amazing at the same time. Go out there and do you.
Yeah,
The world is huge.
Right.
We only see about this much of it.
Right.
That's right.
So we always like to end our show off with something positive, something, to end the show really positive and enlighten. You want to spark it up, bro?
Man, I woke up today, man.
That's
it.
what,
I woke up. I'm good. Yeah.
okay, man.
I'm blessed.
Very few words, but he said
Yeah, I woke up.
very
That's
positive.
it.
Big word.
Big word. And what about our guests? What is something you could leave, something positive? We always leave something positive and enlightening.
Just be happy and take everything a day at a time.
Yes.
Okay.
That's it.
What about you, sis?
Have sex. Have sex. It makes you glow differently. And I just got my apartment, so I'm excited as shit. I don't know. I'm happy. God is good. And
God is good all the time.
love your life and love the people in it. Life is so beautiful, and it's what you make it.
Yeah. And me, just I guess like just learn to be optimistic, right?
And the barber, thank you,
You know what
barber,
I mean?
nigga.
You know
Look
what
at
I'm saying,
that.
you know what I mean? Shout out to Daddy Yankee. He cut my shit. You should say it.
Okay.
116 Lexington. That's my barber. That's my very faithful from 8 years. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
he
saying?
did
doing my
right. He
shit.
did right.
But my positive note is just be optimistic. Like as much as people could think a negative thing could happen, a positive thing could happen, right? So you could just try to wake up with a positive mindset and don't always look at the negative things in the world, right? Sometimes look at the little small positive
It's what
things
you put
that
out there.
It makes you feel a little better. So this is From the Throne, season 2. Our first guest for season 2. We it was very fun, and make sure you guys like, share, subscribe.
And subscribe.
Make sure we got
subscribe.
And follow Kayla. And follow Kayla. What's your IG?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so shout your tags and everything. Yeah.
Kayla Maria G.
And go
Okay.
get your dancing lessons.
Go get your
honey.
dancing
Yeah, come to the
lessons.
dance class.